in the message. Terrell Owens, we all know that you don't have the best relationships with your back. Being a quarterback, I'm just going to leave it at that. Gilly, you posted me on your social story. And Peggy, I got a question to ask. Can you name me one Gilly the Kid album? You know his album was...
This is the quarterback you got to go through in the NFC to win the Super Bowl.
You do not need to go through Jalen Hurts.
Who do you need to go through?
The Philadelphia Eagles. Damn. So since that we want to attack the messenger, Ryan Clark. Okay, let's pull up your stats. All contrast. So when I compare contrast as a to cheer Jalen Hurts. This has to do with debate about sports again. There's too many homeboys in the industry. There's too many is moved by relationships. Well, you're not talking about the person. You're more or less talking about their performance. And that's what I will talk about. You know, Jalen, yes, you know the kicker in that is?
What is it?
Tua only played in 11 games. Baker Mayfield threw for 4,500 yards, 41 touchdowns, and 16 interceptions. Justin Herbert's stats: 23 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions. So what are we talking about here? This game of football.
What's up, sports world? Y'all know what it is, man. It's another Thursday in which Rise Up Unlimited radio show brought to you by WDAP Radio and WDAP TV is on your ones and twos. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all seen the intro video. Cam strikes back. This is starting to look like a Drake and Kendrick Lamar type of battle here in the sports world. Ryan Clark and Cam Newton going at it. But nevertheless, y'all know who I am. I'm Andre the Torch Robinson, the fire starter, bringing you the hottest, latest, greatest sports news. Of course, I never do this by myself because I always love to do this sports talk thing with someone else. I always love to talk with somebody else. Are you that somebody? Tell me that somebody. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe it's too early to do that. Maybe it is. But so what? Nevertheless, I have the incomparable www.thechocolatewriter.com phenomenon. The phenomenal sports enthusiast, author, writer, sports enthusiast, sports fanatic, WNBA enthusiast who knows her by the way, the chocolate girl, the incomparable one, Sharon Mullen. What's up?
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, Dre? I'm ready to get started. It's been a very eventful week.
Yes, very eventful week. Before we get into talking about all this NFL and WNBA stuff that we got to talk about, I got to shout out 3 people.
All right.
We lost legends this week. Malcolm Jamal Warner, we lost. Cosby Show, Theo Huxtable. Y'all already know we lost him this week. Legend in his own right for one of the best TV sitcom shows ever to grace the planet. We lost him. We also lost one of the great rock innovators of the 70s, 80s in Mr. Crowley. Doom, doom, doom. Ozzy Osbourne. We lost him. And then we lost a childhood hero / adulthood asshole, and Hulk Hogan. So those 3 we give.
There's one more. We got one more.
And Chocolate Girl has a 4th.
Famous jazz musician Chuck Mangione died. Mangione.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. All greats in their own right. Got to give them respect, props, as props is due for what they did in their profession. I'm not gonna talk too much about people's character on the show today. I might do a little tribute to Hulk Hogan later on in the show, maybe, just maybe. But nevertheless, shout out to everybody that's tuned in. I see my bro in the building. The Marcus, what up? The Marcus, what up? Dalton, what up? I see you. Braxton, what up? I see you. Shout out to all y'all tuned in right now. All right. Like and share the show. Make sure you bring your mamas, aunties, uncles, nieces, nephews, sisters, brothers, cousins. Make sure you get a drink and a snack right now, because the next couple of phenomenal minutes is gonna be all sports news. And when I do this, that means all that shit is hitting tonight. All right, all of it, every single bit of it. Sharon Mullen. Starting with the hitting, we got to talk about this WNBA. We got to talk about this WNBA All-Star game. I think we're going to fluctuate tonight. We're going to give them a little something. We're going to fluctuate from WNBA to football, back to WNBA to football. We're going to fluctuate tonight. We're going to do a little fluctuation, see if they can keep up tonight. Sharon, are you shocked about what happened during the All-Star game?
I was not shocked about anything. Nothing shocked me. Absolutely nothing. I thought it was a great expedition. I thought it definitely was more entertaining than the last couple of NBA All-Star games I've seen.
It was as
Huh?
Oh, you thought it was the Great Expedition. Explain that.
I thought it was better Then the NBA All-Star game. Because the women, the ladies, they just seem to care more.
Mm.
They actually tried to play a game. They didn't just, walk up and down the court like nothing was going on. They remembered they were playing basketball and they had fans that they needed to perform for. So I thought it was good. I thought it was a good. I wasn't okay. I wasn't thrilled with the entertainment choice, but it was what it was.
Oh, you didn't like that 7 p.m. Friday? It's 95 degrees. I ain't got ain't got me. You ain't like that?
Now, don't get me wrong. I love it, but this is an all-star game. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little prudish, but I just think they need to think about things when they have talent at these games and read the room, read the audience. That's just how I feel about it. But other than that, I don't think their sound was that good either. They need to work on that, the production a little better. But the game was great.
So who would you have had?
Huh?
Who would you have had? Who would have had perform?
I probably would have had somebody that sings more pop music. I probably, somebody middle of the road. You know how you go into these political things and you may have like Democrats over here and Republicans over here. Then you got those people that come in and say, well, I'm not with either one of y'all. I'm right here in the middle. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep. Okay.
Somebody that has a wide appeal across genres, ages, and everything. Like who would have been great? People gonna probably pan me for this, but you know who would have been great? Justin Timberlake. Yep.
Oh, interesting.
Even though he's not hot right now, but he's Justin. He's always hot to me. Not good looking hot. I mean hot as in his music. I like his music. So anyway, just somebody that you could get away with. Even Sierra. He had Sierra. I would have loved to see Sierra. That would have been cool.
All right. Well, we also know that during the WNBA All-Star Game, the players made a statement during the WNBA All-Star Game, and that statement was very clear. Very clear. Marcus the Alphabets, what's good? DeMarcus, she gave you the example. Conrad Cushman, what's good? Marcus Herring, what's good? Folks, what's good? EPW is in the house too. EPW Wrestling is in the house. Shout out to you. But they all wear shirts, and you know what those shirts said. Shout out.
Pay us what you owe us.
I think Huey Freeman from the Boondocks said that before on a episode, a Santa Claus episode. Pay what you owe. You gotta pay us what you owe, huh? Well, the WNBA players took that. The WNBA players took that, and they made a statement. But of course, when you make a statement during the WNBA All-Star Game, and of course, because this is the WNBA, you're going to get some backlash and some people who have something to say. So with that being said, I'm going to play this said video. And Sharon, you can tell me what you think about this video. And everybody that's tuned in, do you agree or disagree? Put it in the comment section right now. Do you agree with this guy or no? All right, let's go.
Asking for more. Asking for a spot at the table. Asking for the chance to get a higher percentage of the revenue is very reasonable. Hey, we're doing way better now than we used to. We're flying in charters. We're on commercials. We're doing better than we used to. can we continue to make it better for women of the WNBA, is different than pay us what you owe us. Because exacting and extracting that revenge payment, if you will, is exactly how we feel. I would just say, as the average consumer, the average sports fan, it's like, hey, now you got to give us the attention that you owe us. We don't owe you anything. No one owes you anything. Some of it is semantics. It's just one word. The word is owe. It's owe. Nobody owes you anything. Zero. Zilch. Zip. Nada. Had they simply said, you know, pay us as we earn it, think of how that would have landed. Think of how that lands. Or even pay us what we've earned lands better. It still doesn't land great, but lands better than pay us what you owe us. O reeks of entitlement. O is paying for the past. When anybody who's followed this league at all will say, like, owe you? We've been bleeding money for 25 years. I don't owe you nothing.
Sharon, your thoughts? Go ahead and share your thoughts, Sharon.
Well, as a communicator and marketer, he does have a point about the word "o." O does reek of entitlement if you look at it on the surface, and if you look at it out of context. But the good thing about the English language is we have context. And you have to learn to take things in context and stop trying to take it out of context. So my reaction to him is telling them that nobody owes them anything is disingenuous. They are owed some things. You know why they're owed some things? Because they are only earning or getting 9% of the revenue right now. The NBA players get 50%. So this is not about pay us what the NBA players get paid. No, it's about a percentage. Now, me, the one thing that I will take umbrage with the ladies is they should not be demanding 50%. They need to crawl before they walk. So I wouldn't ask to be bumped up from 9 to 50. You don't want to go crazy. You got to take things in increments. But I feel they do owe them because they should have made an attempt to increase the percentage long before now. That's what they're talking about. That's why they use the word "owe." And I know people don't like that. People are so caught up in the fact that they lost $50 million last year. Okay, but they got long money. They're okay. And if you look up the history of lots of leagues in America, it's years before they turn profits. So this is nothing unusual. How do you think they were able to add the Golden State Valkyries this year, even though they didn't turn a profit? How do they do that? And how is everybody getting their checks? They're cutting checks. They're putting on the show. And the Valkyries is the number one most valuable team in the W right now. And they haven't even played a whole season. So people need to back up off of that. Well, they're not even profitable. Most people who use that as an excuse to disagree with these players know nothing about economics and how it works. Nothing.
Damn, they only get 9.
They don't. All they know is they've seen, they Google, how much money did the W make last year? And they see they didn't. And then they repeat it everywhere they go. They come in Facebook. They didn't make a profit. Yeah, the league is trash. They have no idea what they're talking about. When you're a businessman, you know how, or businesswoman, you know how to operate in the red. It happens. But smart business people know how to get out of it. But you're talking about a league. This is not like a household. Household in the red, you can just turn that around like that. This is a league that you want to have to stay here. It's been here over 25 years. Yes, but don't act like they don't know what they're doing. They have a method to the madness. Now, as far as marketing, they have improved with their marketing, but they have a long way to go. Their viewership and how they present the product, they have some work to do, but they are better than they were. I say just 10 years ago, you barely could see them on TV anywhere. So it's gotten better. It's a partnership. It's a partnership. So I don't have any problem with them saying the word "oh." Last thing I'm going to say about it, he made a big deal about that word "oh," and he said, if they said earn, pay us what we've earned or something like that, that imagine how much better that would have come across, he said, right? It would have come across so much better. I say bull, because I'm going to say it like this. Not to get political, but we were brought over here on ships and we built this country, and y'all owe us. I'm not gonna if I'm gonna start talking about reparations, I'm not gonna be saying pay us what we've earned. I'm gonna say pay us what you owe us, because that's what it is. See the difference? So I'm not. That's just where I am with it. Okay. I am stepping down off my soapbox now. So, what did you think about what he said?
I want you to hear this video, and then I'll let you know for sure. They shouldn't be wearing shirts. They're not even. Do you know the revenue projections? They lost like $50 million.
Yeah. This video was titled, "This is how the WNBA shirts got a lot of y'all sounding," from the great Kev on Stage.
Your CBA is coming up, and that's a big fight in itself. Y'all ready?
Well, I've been ready. I've been ready years ago. I was ready to sit out. But like you said, we've always been at the forefront. That's been the blueprint since I came into the league. I was like, we women, when we feel something, speak it. When we don't like something, say it. So that would be CBA. Yeah, you gonna give us our money, and you gonna give us our money now, because we understand basic economics. Like, you're talking to a league that we don't have leniency of, like, we can't go one and done. You're going to get a 4-year asking for what our driving revenue wise. Yeah, you need to run us our money. Like, you have to take care of the product on the court, because that is what makes your product overall. Battles that we're going through today. Things like, people know Jersey say, like, possible in a league where it's like, shit is sold out. So why am I not?
Quite make it down. We all know how big of a party All-Star Weekend was, but the meeting was just to get on the same page, to make sure been having behind closed doors for the last couple months and bring them to the national forefront. As you said, Malika, this was such a huge all-star weekend. So many eyes were on this weekend. They knew that they could really get their point across here.
Where do things stand in these CBA negotiations and conversations?
It seems like they're at a standstill. The part that is really holding everyone up is the top increased salary, and what the players are saying is getting a bigger piece of the pie when it comes to revenue shares.
WNBA players wore "Pay Us What You Owe Us" shirts, right? Take a guess what faction of media hated it.
This is a sign of desperate they are. This is a sign. This is a sign of how dumb they are. Dumb, desperate, and delusional. Many of you want to surrender. I can't surrender. I will not surrender. As I've told you a million times on this show, Christians organize sports. The WNBA players are symbolize, represent what we've been getting served from NBA players and professional athletes for years. They think they're better than the fans. They think they don't need fans.
Can we continue to make it better for women of the WNBA? Is different than us, because extracting that revenge payment, if you will, is exactly how we feel. I would just say, as the average consumer, the average sports fan, it's like, hey, now you got to give us the attention. We owe you anything. No one owes you anything. Some of it is semantics. It's just one word. The word is owe. It's owe. Nobody owes you anything. Zero. Zilch. Zip. Nada.
What exactly are you worth? Because when your stadium is half empty, your ratings are in the gutter, and your league is losing money, who exactly do you think should foot the bill? Today's story is a masterclass in delusion colliding with reality.
But you got to read the room. And by the room, I mean the country. If the WNBA ceased to exist tonight, the marketplace would not shift one iota. It wouldn't even recognize it. It wouldn't even notice. Like literally, outside of just a few diehards that are out there that, you know, swim, especially women's pro ball. If it went away, we wouldn't even recognize it. When Rusty, people are, I mean,
Says more. They land us what you owe us. Simplified version that they made concerning their beef, which was billed as the eternal fight of corporate America against the people, as bite-sized and palatable as possible to grab attention and gain support. Those words should resonate with all of us.
The WNBA players are not asking for NBA money. They have never asked for NBA money. The thing about social media is people react in a way that shouldn't surprise you, Dan. You've covered sports enough to know that whenever there is labor strife or labor tension between player and owner, people side with the owners, which always billionaires, if they need help, as if they need more support than they already do. And so already you see how these pieces are aligning to how servers feel about this project. These women, maybe not this generation of women, but what the generations of women in the WNBA have had to endure to make sure they got to where
people in this audience will absolutely understand. Okay. General rule of thumb. Blind. If workers are trying to extract more money from owners and management, you should be on the workers' side. That's what Nick Wright said. And he's on the money. Yahoo Sports would note the league had a record 2024 season. Of course, we know historic viewership, attendance, and merch sales. We have expansion teams coming in the W. Toronto, Portland, Philly, Detroit, and Cleveland. In 2026, the league is going to begin an 11-year media rights deal worth a reported $2.2 billion. I'm going to get buyers on October 31st. Happy early Halloween. Claudia Golden is a professor of economics at Harvard and a Nobel Peace Prize winner. She wrote this for the New York Times. As a labor economist and a historian, I study the world of work. Much of my research is focused on gender. Working in the U.S., 84 cents for every dollar earned, data shows. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Working women in the U.S. earn 80 man earns. My question that gender discrimination remains major problem, and there is now a four presenters. We should be getting our information like Claudia Golden. Instead of hearing hot take artists on Fox Sports Radio go, women asking for more money, no. Well, we should be doing is focusing on someone like this. Who is putting her work out there and just last year, Adam Silver and co. negotiated a deal with Amazon Prime, which is going to feature Taylor Rooks, Cassidy Hubbarth, and many other great voices from the studio to the games, like whoever's in charge of all. NBC one has seen the so they're going to be on there as well. Disney is on there as well. So good podcast. It's how much someone can wear. In 2024, as the NBA, of course, there are far fewer teams in the W. Thus, the adjustment would suggest the average W is a minuscule fraction, a mere 1/80th of the NBA salary. There's also a talking point of, well, the NBA is losing money on the WNBA. Why are they asking for more? And Gold would NBA owners claim that the recent investor sums for W expansion teams suggest the opposite. In the leagues is Georgia and money its players attract. I would love to see somebody like those blokes on Fox Sports Radio or a Whitlock debate this person because they have no argument, and others just flat out misinformation. And it's a damn shame because they have humongous audiences.
So now you asked me what was my thoughts on that.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got the answer now. For all those people who keep using them lame Sharon, haven't we been talking about for weeks now the weak falsified narratives that people keep coming up with? These falsified narratives that just don't make sense when you actually research them, when you actually put time into investing your time into actually being a historian of the game, someone who actually loves the game, somebody that wants to know the ins and outs of the game, that we keep hearing these blasphemous narratives. Now that right there, and this is why I played it in its entirety, was because everybody needed to hear that. I wanted to make sure everybody heard that. So now, when I hear, oh, the NBA is losing money, they're losing a whole bunch of money. Well, that just got rebuked. That just got refuted. When they talk about women don't deserve more money, that just got refuted by someone who literally is in economics, legitimate, from Harvard, a Harvard grad, literally just dissected and debunked every one of those whack-ass narratives that I keep telling y'all that corporate corrupt media keep putting out. It's been for the last year and a half my duty to continue to expose what is corporate corrupt media. And there you have it again, folks. You heard it for yourself, Sharon. So now when folks say, nah, they don't deserve money, well, damn. The analytics suggest that they deserve 1/3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say 1/3. 1/3 would be a good number.
And they make a mere 1/80th.
1/80th.
1/80th. If you want a talking point, a legitimate talking point, and you want to start, WNBA players deserve what G Leaguers make. The minimum should be what a G Leaguer makes. Because I'm going to be honest with you, since y'all claim it's about, is it so entertaining and this, that, and the third? The G League is not entertaining at all. You see an entertainment and shock value in the G League? Because I damn sure don't. Not even when Bronny James and the new player, number 1 overall pick for the Dallas Mavericks, Duke Universities. What's his name? See how quick I just forgot his name?
Cooper Flag. His name is Cooper Flag.
Cooper Flag.
Cooper Flag.
What was entertaining about that? What was it so entertaining? So, okay, again, start there. That's where I would start. That's where the foundation should start. No WNBA player should make under what a G Leaguer makes. How about that? Start there.
What do you think? What do you think about their shirts?
I thought it was phenomenal that they did that. We need to see more. We need to see more people stand for something that's positive. And the word "oh" that he hangs on so badly, the word "oh" that he hangs on so bad, I'm going to tell you, let's be clear. It has nothing to do with the Webster's dictionary on why he hangs on the word.
Nope.
The very entitlement that he talks about is the reason why he feels so entitled to tell you that you're not entitled to use the word "oh."
Exactly.
Do I need to run that back? Should I run that back? Maybe that was a little tongue twister for everybody that's tuned in that was watching. That was a little tongue twister to you. Okay, let me put it in these words then. It's let me put it in layman's terms. White people, excuse my French, don't think that you have the right to say what you're worth. They think that they can tell you what you're worth. That's why the word bothers them so much. Sorry. And I'm not saying all white people. I'm saying those white people. And you know what I mean by those white people. Corporate, people who think that they run the world because they're rich and have so much money, businesses, yada, yada. Yeah, that's why they have a problem with you using the word "oh."
I call them the
'Cause they-
syndicate.
Yeah, the syndicates, because they feel that you're not entitled to tell them what you're worth.
Right.
That's the reason. There's
They
the
want to
reason.
tell you what you were.
There's
And they
the
don't
reason.
like when you do that. You're right.
And Doug and Doug, because he's conditioned, because you could tell he's been conditioned to have that type of thought or that inept thought, that simpleton, I call it simp type of thinking. Of course he had a problem with it, because certain verbiages to certain folks trigger them. That's why the word "oh" triggers that type of person.
Well,
So
I thought it was phenomenal that the fans started cheering, pay them, pay them, pay them. So it seems to me the majority of the fans don't have a problem with that word "oh." I found that to
That's
be
because
interesting. They didn't get booed.
that's
Nobody was
because
in
the
there
fans know what they worth.
booing them or anything. They weren't
The
booing
real
them.
WNBA fans know what they worth.
That's right. And the
No,
casuals, who cares about them? But anyway, enough about
no,
that. But
no, right.
I enjoyed the game. Now I do have some numbers. I got some numbers for you.
Uh-huh.
You ready?
Oh, yes. Come on with the numbers. Yes. Bring them.
Well, just to say a word about the viewership. Viewership, 2.2 million people watched the All-Star game. Now it is down. That's down from 3.4 million in 2024. But although that's a 36% drop in viewership from last year, it is still the second most watched All-Star game in the league, in the history of the league. So, last year's number was inflated with the whole Caitlin Clark Angel Reese phenomenon. So that inflated the numbers. So that 36% decrease is real, but it's not. So it doesn't concern me. In 2024, they had 3.4 million because of the phenomenon, but 2023, they only had 850,000 viewers. So we still are at 2.2 million viewers, which is good. Anything over a million, I'm pretty much happy. Now, I will tell you this, though. Their Friday events got better. It got 1.3 million viewers. You will never guess how much of an increase that was over 2024.
Probably a 30% increase.
89%.
Wow.
Now,
whoa.
People may ask, why was there an 89% increase in viewership of the Friday night events?
Wow.
It's for two reasons. It's two reasons. One,
Wow.
the way it was broadcast, and two, the way it was marketed. That's why. 89%.
Wow.
That means last year nobody was really hardly watching it. It wasn't even that interesting. Even though last year Sabrina and Steph shot it out in the 3-point contest last year at the All-Star game. Still, it didn't matter. People didn't watch. But they watched this year. So I found that to be very interesting. And they did some other things to make it interesting. Like, did you know about the 4 new rules they had? for the All-Star game?
The 4-pointer.
It was 4 rules. So they had the 4-point shot, 28 feet from the rim.
No,
They had
I
a
don't know the
shorter
other.
shot. They had a shorter shot clock. So instead of 24 seconds, it was 20 seconds.
Yes, 20 seconds, correct.
To speed up the game.
Yeah.
They had live subbing. Now I thought this was interesting. They kind of followed somewhat some of the hockey, the way that they do things and sub people out. Now you could only do it in the backcourt, and you had to be between that 28-foot line and the half court line to do it.
Right.
And it
I
only
didn't know.
only the offensive player could do it, the offensive side. Whoever was on who had the ball at the time, they're the ones that could do it. But still, I thought that was when I first saw it, it looked funny to me. And I was like, what are they doing? Then I remembered the rule. And then the free throws. All game, anytime you got fouled, you got points instead of free throws until the last 2 minutes of the game. Then you got to shoot free throws. Not a bad idea. And I thought it went pretty well.
Fun. They put a lot of fun into it.
Yeah, it was
To
fun.
respect it. Well,
Yeah,
you also
so I
have to
thought that
remember,
was
Sharon, that you have to also remember last year, part of the reason why it inflated last year was because of the debacle, not just because of the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark thing, but it also was because of the debacle that Caitlin Clark didn't make the U.S. team. Remember last year, the U.S. team was U.S. Team U.S. versus Team WNBA. So they wanted to watch, Caitlin beat that U.S. team, which it did happen, even though she only put up 4 points. And folks are like, but she was the player of the game because she had 10 assists. Okay, again, buffoonery,
Yeah.
obviously. But nevertheless, that happened. Okay, so that happened. That's part of the reason too why viewership was inflated, because it was right before the Olympic Games too. Remember, they had the Olympic break last year, right after the All-Star game.
Right.
Marcus Herring was good, my guy. So yeah, so you have to remember
Good
that.
evening, Marcus.
So you have to remember
So
that.
let me see. What else did I want to say about this? Oh well, did you watch the game? I thought the game was good.
I did.
It was pretty competitive, minus the defense. They did play some defense. They played more defense than the NBA do. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so for people who didn't watch, the New York Liberties, Sabrina Ionescu won the 3-point contest. She got 30 out of the 40 points. Second time. She's one of only 2 WNBA players to ever win the 3-point contest more than once.
Correct.
Then you got something real cool that she did. Sonia Saron of the Wizards. She's a rookie and she participated.
Yep.
So Sabrina told her, if I win, I'm gonna give you half my money. And that's what she did. She gave her half her money, her winnings. Just because she was a rookie, which I thought it was a nice gesture. But then the skills contest, to me, the skills contest is always the funnest contest to me, even in the NBA. I love the skills challenge. They don't need to mess with the skills, though. When they put weird stuff in it, I don't like it. But their skills challenge was cool. And Natasha Cloud, again of the Liberty, won that. Let me see. She beat out Erica Wheeler. And that was a good contest. So at the I was watching a recap, and these 2 commentators, they were women, were talking about the question they had on the table was, is there any type of activity or contest that you would like to see in the WNBA All-Star game? And they were coming up with some weird stuff, but I think they need to have a dunk contest. Those women can dunk. You can just lower the rim some. It's the All-Star game. It's not official. Let them have a dunk contest. I think it would be interesting. But anyway.
That you, and that's hilarious.
So the MVP, Nafisa was the MVP. Nafisa Collier, the captain of her team, was the MVP. I wasn't surprised. And she also scored the most points ever in a WNBA All-Star game. 36, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that was cool. She got that. She was determined to win. I was pulling for her team to win.
They won by 20.
Yeah.
And the whole game pretty much wasn't close. It was a blowout from like after the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a blowout.
What was also interesting, front and center, branding played a lot in the activities for the weekend. Everybody had their brands on display. People introduced their new sneakers, and they have new sponsors and other companies trying to do deals with them with more of the players now. So it was exciting to me.
I thought you had more. I was like, okay, go ahead. Keep going.
Nope. That's it.
All right. So I find it kind of funny too that they're talking about how the WNBA doesn't make money, but I keep seeing 1,000 commercials with WNBA players in them. And I think all these WNBA players getting all these opportunities. One in particular that stood out to me was Sabrina Ionescu's opportunity where she got on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. So I find this kind of funny because as a person who pays attention to details, I really do. I find it hilarious.
Well, they're getting their bag. They're getting to the bag. If the salary's not going to do it, they're finding other ways to do it. And I'm not mad at them. But speaking of which, Asia Wilson was named the junior WNBA brand ambassador. Yeah. Which is great. She's the face of the league. I don't care what nobody says. She is. And people are starting to realize it now.
Yeah, you're right about that. You are absolutely right about that. In fact, is this what we're talking about right here?
Yep. Global ambassador. That's the word. Global. For the junior WNBA.
Absolutely. That's what a face does for a league, by the way. That's a face of the league move right there. Okay.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, it gets me back to my whole Jimmy Fallon thing. So Jimmy Fallon on the show asked Sabrina Ionescu, who just won the 3-point competition, well, where's your range and where do you shoot from? Right. So Jimmy Fallon made this funny made this funny thought where he shoots right at the basket and off the glass. Right. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Sabrina Ionescu draws this diagram of where she shoots from. And she said anywhere between there and the 3-point line is fair game. So Jimmy Fallon asked her, said, why don't you just shoot right at the 3-point line? She says, that's not where I'm open at majority of the time. But if I'm open, I'm shooting it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, question. Sabrina is pretty good shooting from out there, right?
Pretty good.
Pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sabrina's heterosexual, right?
she is. In fact, she's married.
Sabrina Ionescu is a top 10 scorer in the league, right?
She is.
Sabrina Ionescu is also won a championship, right?
Sure did. She helped to bring the Liberty their first WNBA championship.
So my question is now, why do I keep hearing people like Tommy Lauren say that there is only one star in the WNBA, if that's the case?
Because they're just they know that when they make statements like that it fires up their base. It's all political. Has in culture. It has nothing to do with the game. And they don't care about the W at all. This is just, they say those things just to stir people up. That's it.
Interesting. All right. Well, now that I got such a phenomenal answer, first and foremost, let's talk about this right off the jump. And I stopped sharing the screen because just like the Raiders stopped trying to win games, I stopped sharing the screen for a second just because.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Christian Wilkerson, their first round pick. You remember the Raiders picked this pick. Remember, folks were like, Christian Wilkerson, you picked Christian Wilkerson in the first round, and he was a third round grade, and the Raiders picked him. Well, folks, yeah, Christian Wilkerson,
he's been released already.
Has now dissipated.
Yeah.
According to ESPN sources, Raiders are releasing defensive tackle Christian Wilkerson with the designation of terminated vested veteran. His time in Las Vegas is now over due to how Wilkerson handled his injury, rehabbed his foot injury that he suffered last year. The Raiders voided the remaining of the $35.2 million of guaranteed money left on his contract last month, and Wilkerson filed a grievance with the NFLPA today.
He should.
You said he should?
Yeah. If he feels like he's been mistreated, he should file. Stick. I don't have any problem with people sticking up for themselves.
Me neither. Me either. Speaking for sticking up for yourself, you're gonna have to stick up, stand on business on this one. You got to pick team 1 or team 2. Team 1 is Michael Vick, Saquon Barkley, Antonio Brown, Justin Jefferson, and Rob Gronkowski. Team 2 is Cam Newton, Chris Jones, Julio Jones, Jamar Chase, and Travis Kelce.
Team 1. Team 1.
Team
1. Soon as you said Julio Jones, I knew I was gonna pick Team One.
Marcus the Alphabet said this is going to get ugly. He said that's guaranteed money. I'm also taking Team One as well. And I'm gonna be honest with you.
Why are you taking Team One?
I'm taking Team One because, to be honest with you, I think the tandem of AB and Justin Jefferson is better than Julio Jones and Jamar Chase. Sorry,
Absolutely.
That's just me. I mean, Travis Kelce and Rob Gronkowski, I think, is a wash. I think that's a wash to me. Saquon Barkley, to me, better runner now than Chris Jones. Remember, Chris Jones had a 2,000-yard season as well as a running back. So I see why they put those two together collectively. And then I think Michael Vick and Cam Newton is a wash as well. So, and that's just me.
Yep.
I think they've both done pretty much the same thing. Michael Vick is taking the Atlanta Falcons as far as he could in his career. Cam Newton's took in the Carolina Panthers as far as he could in his career. I mean, this is actually really good, but I'm still taking Team One just because of the wide receiver duel. I'm gonna be honest with you. Prime Antonio Brown was phenomenal. I mean, Julio Jones was really, really good too. But I'll take Julio. I'll take Antonio over Julio.
Julio
and then to Jefferson and Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Say it again.
I said, go ahead.
No, and then I was going to say, besides last year, I think Justin Jefferson has been the better wide receiver between the two. I know Jamar Chase last year was the best wide receiver, but before that, it was Justin Jefferson.
It was Justin Jefferson.
I think Justin Jefferson. Yeah, definitely. Last couple years prior to.
The problem with Julio Jones is he couldn't find the end zone. He would do all these catches, but not score a touchdown. And I thought that was weird. And I was like, no. And so when and it used to make me mad because people used to try to say that he was a better wide receiver than Antonio Brown. I'm like, what the hell are you looking at? No, he's not. And it used to tick me off. Like Julio Jones. And I was like, when he starts finding the end zone, then come talk to me. He never did.
The Buccaneers signed Michael Jordan, not the Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan from the Patriots.
I don't know him.
He actually played for the Packers too last year. Speaking of which, the Packers say they received $432.6 million in revenue sharing, which means that the 32 teams, the NFL brought in a record $13.8 billion in revenue last year for the fiscal season.
Mm-hmm. I saw that too.
All right. Sharon, because Sharon is Karen, and that's in a good way, not Sharon is Karen in a bad way, but Sharon, since I like to share things as well, you get to rank these 10 quarterbacks from the last 10 seasons from 1 to 10. Man, and yes, there's some of the same quarterbacks on here.
You know I'm old. You got to make that bigger than that.
Okay, so you need it a little bigger. I got you. Let's see if I can make this bigger. Uh-oh, I don't want to erase nothing. See, if I make it bigger, it's going to erase stuff. All right, I'll just tell you then. Lamar Jackson 2024 had 4,172 yards passing, 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a rating of 119.6. In 2023, Dak Prescott had 4,516 yards, 36 touchdown passes, 9 interceptions, and a rating of 106. In 2022, Patrick Mahomes threw for 5,250 yards, 41 touchdown passes, 12 interceptions, and a passer rating of 105. Aaron Rodgers in 2021 threw for 4,115 yards, 37 touchdown passes, and only 4 interceptions with a passer rating of 112. Aaron Rodgers in 2020 threw for 4,299 yards, 48 touchdown passes, only 5 interceptions, and had a 121.5 passer rating. In 2019, Lamar Jackson threw for 3,127 yards, 36 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions with a passer rating of 113. Patrick Mahomes in 2018 threw for 5,079 yards, 50 touchdown passes, 12 interceptions, had a passer rating of 114. Tom Brady in 2017, 4,577 yards, 32 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, a passer rating of 103. In 2016, Matt Ryan threw for 4,944 yards, 38 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and had a passer rating of 117. In 2015, Tom Brady had 4,770 yards, 36 touchdown passes, 7 interceptions, and a passer rating of 102. Rank them from 1 to 10. Good luck.
I can't see him. you gotta leave it up so I can look.
There you go.
Well, still hard for me to see. I can't see. I rank them. I guess I'll rank them in terms of passer rating then. I'll just rank them like that. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
So whoever has the best passer rating is number 1, so forth on down the line. Because I can't see it. I heard it, but I can't, I can't keep all that in my head. And you didn't tell me I was going to do this either, so I couldn't prepare. But I will tell you, I remember the season that I remember the most is that Aaron Rodgers season when his passer rating was just ridiculous. And as much as I hate him, the boy he can throw. Now he can pass. He's a very good passer. But
you ever? I got a question. Since you mentioned Aaron Rodgers, I got a question.
What?
Since you mentioned Aaron Rodgers, have you ever known another passer in a 2-year span to throw 85 touchdowns and only 9 interceptions?
Not really. Not that I can think of.
Ever in NFL history?
I think that's isn't that ranked the best 2-year period of time ever or something amongst all quarterbacks? Or something like that.
You would have to realize that is almost a 10-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, by the way.
Right.
Or 9-to-1. I'm sorry. That's almost a 9-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio.
That's 2020 and 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll say that the 2020 would be the best season and the 21 the second best season. And then Patrick Mahomes 2018. I think that's what that is. Yeah, 18.
Yeah. 18.
And then Tom Brady's 2016.
17?
16.
16. That's Matt Ryan.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. That's Matt Ryan. I told you it's small. They running together. So, yeah, 20. Yeah, that one, Matt Ryan. And then Tom Brady's 2017. Then I would take, believe it or not, wait a minute. Tom Brady's 2017 is 102?
Yep. Only 100.
No. No, I don't want to. I don't want 2017 Brady next. I want
Lamar Jackson would be the next one if you go on that route.
what's his passer rating?
119.6.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I was looking for. I was looking for the 19 because I heard you say that. Yeah, so I'll have him next. After him, I'll have Patrick Mahomes. And then the other both of the Patrick Mahomes, and then the other Lamar Jackson and Dak Prescott, and then the last Tom Brady at the bottom.
Wow. Okay.
Did I do that right?
Interesting enough. Marcus said,
That's the best. That's the best I can do on the fly without no preparation.
And Bills fans said that Josh Allen deserved the MVP in 2020.
Yeah, and he didn't. He didn't.
Aaron Rodgers almost had a 10-to-1 interception to touchdown ratio that year.
I know.
48 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. That's damn near 10-to-1.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna slaughter Bills fans tonight, Marcus the Alphabet. I see you trying to slaughter them. You ain't slick.
Hey, what's up,
Luka
Melissa?
Doncic got 4 years, $229 million.
Oh, they
Yes,
paid him,
Melissa's in the
huh?
house.
They paid him to stay with my team, huh?
Yeah.
Look, Marcus.
They paying him.
I'm sorry. Look, Andre. Look.
I'm
Dre.
not even gonna talk about this.
Look, Dre.
When
LeBron James leaves my Lakers,
yes.
I want us to do a live show like we're doing right now. Invite a whole bunch of people so we can party live and drink and celebrate that his ass is off my team. I just can't wait. But go ahead.
That is
Your computer
Melissa, what up?
your computer keeps sticking.
Yep. Says Bobby Wagner, I want to be on the right side of change. Bobby Wagner becomes the first active NFL player to have equity in the WNBA team.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was cool.
Trisha Joy said, congratulations, Sharon.
Congratulations for what?
Mm-hmm.
Trisha, what you talking about?
Marcus Betts said, they got stopped.
I know what she's talking about. Okay. Thank you, Trisha. Go ahead, Dre.
All right. The end is near. LeBron James, Chris Paul, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, the Beard. Man. James Harden, Draymond Green. Of course, we got Dame Lillard, and then Kawhi Leonard.
Mm-hmm.
Coming to an end.
I cannot wait.
Okay. Anyway. All right. The Connecticut Sun confirmed they will be playing the 2026 season in Mohegan Sun Arena. Interesting enough, the Connecticut Sun is the worst team in the WNBA right now.
Yeah, they're rebuilding. They've lost a lot.
Tennis news. 45-year-old Serena Williams. Yeah, they did. A lot.
She said she had to go back. She said she had to go back to work.
Level. Yeah.
She said she had to go back to work to help pay for her health insurance.
Shout out to Paige Beckers, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Shout out to Paige Beckers. Every player that has averaged 18 plus 5 assists per game has gone and made it to the All NBA. Shout out to Paige Buckets. Terry McLaurin is on the reserve do not report list. They are still in contract negotiations with somebody that's in contract negotiations too. Talk about James Cook, who's seeking a new deal. Obviously, said that he was good to go. Sean McDermott said he's good to go, and they're still working on the deal, which is interesting. I'll be doing a rain dance when LeBron retires. What happened to Serena? She looks sick. Bring back fit Serena.
That wasn't Serena.
Interesting.
That was Venus.
I wanted to bring this up because I knew this would get Trisha, Sharon Mullen fired up. I knew it would get Sharon fired up.
What is it?
You know what it is. Anytime you see a number 8 in Los Angeles Lakers or a 24 in Los Angeles Lakers jersey, you know it is one Kobe Bryant. So
Well, I know it's him,
Kobe Bryant,
but I mean,
prime careers. And they were talking about Kobe Bryant, 2003, how many points he had in these different games. 2005 and 6, how many? He had 27 games with 40 plus, 6 games with 50 plus, 48 points in 35 minutes, averaged 43 points per game in January, averaged 42 points per game in April, had an 81-point game against Toronto, 55 in the second half, had 2,800 total points in 4 straight 40-point games 3 times.
Yep.
2006 and 7, he had 18 games of 40 plus, 10 games with 50 plus, 65 points against Portland, 60 against Memphis, 50 points against the New Orleans Hornets, 4 in a row. 4 nights in a row, he had 65, 50, 60, 50. And folks are saying Kobe was what?
I don't know what they're saying, but it's not the right thing. And you know, after you've got his 2006, 2007 year, where you know the next year is his MVP year. 2007-8.
Mm-hmm. And Kobe shouldn't have been MVP in 2005 and 6.
Oh
With
yeah,
this, looking like this.
right.
62 points
But
in 13.
the excuse that I'm giving is that the team wasn't good. That's the excuse I'm giving. He was cheated out of at least 2 other MVPs. At least 2.
Dawson Knox already on the non-football injury list. Staff in order to return. Every year with Buffalo, I tell you, every year. Lorenzo Carter from the Titans retired at the age of 29. Tyrann Mathieu retired after 12 seasons. Oh, and by the way, before we go,
$2,600 is all they get. Wow. Just doesn't seem right, does it?
so how many players played in the All-Star game this year?
22.
22, right?
22.
So essentially, both teams' entire salary was about $55,000 for the All-Star game. Can you guess how much Gorilla got paid for performing at the All-Star game? Do you think it was higher or lower than 50,000?
Higher. $2,600 for 22 people is $57,200.
See, my math is always math, and it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
57,000. How much you think they played Gorilla to?
More than that.
At the All-Star
More
game?
than that.
Right. And you're telling me that you didn't just make probably a couple $1 million off the All-Star game?
Yeah, they did. They would have made more had Caitlin been playing. That's all they want to talk about.
Yes, Melissa, I know, right? Crazy comparison. Now, with that being said, Sharon, it's been fun.
Always fun.
We knocked that off in 90 minutes. Wow. Hogan, I'm not giving you no time on my show. I thought about it. And I'm not even giving you no time, sir. I'm not giving you 2 minutes at the end of the show, sir. Nope. Not doing it. All right, Sharon. What's next? Coming up. Tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on all social media. My name is Chocolate Writer. CHOCOLATEWRITER. Chocolate Writer. So I'm at Chocolate Writer everywhere. You can find me every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock p.m. on Talk Your Ish Tuesday and Saturday morning, 10 a.m. on the Side John on Facebook and YouTube. This Saturday, the Love Doctor is back to talk life and relationships. So hope to see everybody then.
All right. You already know. Tomorrow night, I'll be DJing. Tomorrow night, Saturday night, I'll be DJing down at Ying's. Shout out to the Ying's brand, 1460 French Road. If you in the 716 area, make sure you come down.
716, stand up. 716, stand up.
That's a fact. 716, stand up. I'm gonna be doing in the beginning the Ozzy Osbourne tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. Yep, first 10 minutes of my set. All right.
716. That's my salute to Ace, the MVP.
Speaking of which, I gotta talk to him at some point. Yeah. So Friday and Saturday I'll be DJing Monday Night Madness next week coming up. Now we do the Monday Night Madness. Shout out to Marcus the Alphabet. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in, that supports. We appreciate the support, not the hater stuff.
We're going to pick our starting fives next week for the W.
Absolutely. And next week, since we're getting closer to preseason, we're going to start doing some breaking down some stuff as well. We'll break down some training camps, our thoughts on a couple things, and go from there. It's been a lot of fun. We'll see y'all next Thursday.